fun. You have to trot. Same as Alberto. You preserve your stamina for when you need to. You can't go that far inland because, like I said, you need to stay on the shores. And generally, it is just safer to stay near water. Water is your source of food, shelter, and honestly, Kapro is mostly aquatic with the way it lives. Not as much as prur, though. Now, I will go over a few, very few flourishes you can do with Kapro. One of these would be walking up to a tree, putting your head up and down, because that is the most you can do. It looks very silly when a prur does it, but you can do that with Kapro. When you're at the top of the water, if you're killing someone, I'll do this with prur. If you're killing someone, you can quick turn and make it look like you're like thrashing around trying to kill them. Really anything you can come up with. Don't do that thing where you stick your head out the water and look like a meerkat taking a peek out of its burrow. It looks goofy, and it's just not how you're supposed to play the asset. Otherwise, it's fairly simple. Prur, I'll go over it now. Yes, you did. I'll go over prur now. Prur, you're always going to be staying in the water. Pretty much. I just want to get that said and done. You never are really going to go on the land, and the only times you will is when you need to bask or heal off bleed. If you're basking, you will go to a secluded area, and if you're bleeding and you have the time, you'll try to get to a secluded area. So, of course, if you're going to die, you're going to go onto the land. And anywhere you are. Now, you do claim territory. You're not going to defend it from other predators, but you can scare off Sukos and other prurs if there's more than one other in your territory. You do not scare off land predators, though. Prur is, honestly, probably one of the more chill assets, behavior-wise. You're not really going to mind if something's near you while you are basking on the land, so long as it doesn't, start touching you. If it's within biting distance and it's small, you'll scare it away, but otherwise you don't really give a shit. Only because you're big, and you're just trying to get your stam. You don't usually live in swamp, and you don't usually live in swamp, sorry. You don't usually live in swamp, and you don't usually live in really any sort of area that's not an open river. You love savanna rivers, you love the desert river, you love this river, and that's pretty much it. Woodlands River is good too, but your territory typically encompasses a large area of land and a good body of water that you can use to ambush herbivores in. You can eat sturgeon if you're starving. You can also just eat it if you're passing by, but I usually would do that to medium fish. But usually you'll not really eat sturgeon. You'll prefer to eat fresh meat. You can eat them, yeah. Prur can. Kapro can't, though. You do not pack with others, and yeah, like I said, you're a pretty chill asset. Can you eat medium fish? I don't really know. I've never tried. But sturgeon, if you're passing by and you're hungry enough, you can take a bite. Usually you're not going to, though, because you're just waiting to go eat something bigger. You don't really like fish. Alright, so I want to say this about prur, too. Prur and Kapro, too, both have great armor. Prur's is about 10 times better than Kapro, and it's even on the level of some tyrants. For example, a prur will almost never take damage, bleed damage from an acro, and damage is heavily reduced. You're not invincible, but you are probably one of the only non-tyrants that can say they have the ability to tussle with one. Hell, in a raw face tank, a prur can kill an acro, and prurs have scared off Rexes in the past under certain conditions. A Spino, you will always die to, but you do have the best chance against an acro. One that you can actually hunt if you're starving. You can even hunt it at low percents. If it's deadly, it's even easier. So, we got that over with. I'm not going to do any sort of combat training for these assets because they are literally the most basic combat. I will say this, as Peru, a great way to increase the realism in your roleplay is when I ambush someone, I will quick turn at the surface of the water. Just because it kills them faster and it just looks better. Do not do the tail whip bite. I know it resets your cooldown. It makes no sense though. How would a tail whip reset the ability for a Peru to bite? So don't abuse it. Like it's stupid. I can't really showcase it on land because Peru can bite as much as it wants to. Your bite does about 300 damage. I think the bleed is the same as Serato's 0.35. It has a pretty good chance of applying, though you don't really need to bleed too often. It's pretty much guaranteed if you do have to. And I also do want to say this too. Do not stick your head straight out of the water like a meerkat. I also wanted to get that done for you Peru players because I see you guys do it more often than the Kapros, believe it or not. So, we got it all. Peru, tail attack, left click attack, and you can middle turn while you're at the surface of the water to make it look prettier. Do not expose yourselves to herbivores. You are ambush predators, and that is pretty much all. You will ragdoll if you bite in the water. You do 600 damage if you bite something while you are submerged. Your tail up does about 200 damage and ragdoll small assets. I see a guy like slowly running over here. I'm gonna teleport them. There you go. Go sit with the others. Oh, by the way, these crocs can like haul. Like, okay, I know I said Peru isn't as capable as Kapro on land, but like, do not underestimate a Peru. It can go from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. So if you think this thing's gonna slowly walk over to you, do not think that, because it's just going to rush you out of nowhere. And a Peru being shot at can rush you. Just not too far from the water. If you shoot it while it's resting. Now, I do want to also tell Peru players this, do not cannibalize Kapros too often. I mean, not cannibalize. Do not kill Kapros too often. I mean, I don't know if that would be considered. But don't kill Kapros too often. You'll prefer to just eat something bigger. If you're hungry, then I get it. But you have a tolerance for Kapros just because they're small and they're... If you do get hungry and there's nothing bigger than them in the area, then feel free to snack on one. But otherwise, try not to. Plus, these are new DA2s. You're trying to make the experience actually a little fun for them. And having someone who is a higher rank to talk to makes it a lot more interesting for them. I expect you guys to be, you know, try to chat with them a little bit, please. Because they're new. You need to kind of mentor them a little. I know MLG did that for me. But new players want to know stuff about the game. Mean phrased it very weirdly, if you can hear him, but yeah. Anyway, I think now that we're finished with that, I'm gonna get a TP. Effing internet went out. Sure. I don't know if you already made it over here, but I TP'd you. Is there a TS? Fungus Piglet? Probably just spawning in as a Kapro. I'll answer your questions. I'll answer them now. Stand up if you have a question, and I'll answer it one by one. I'll answer your fast question in a minute. Let me force myself to Kapro. What is your question, Indoraptor dude? I will read out the question so all of you guys know what it is. If there is a body far from the water, will a Peru go out of its way to eat it? No, it will not. If the body is too far from the water, it will stay there. In the water. Untold tale. Would a Peru be lured by whistling and such? It will think it could be potential prey, move over, and then get dissatisfied when it realizes that it's humans far from the water. It can wait there and wait for the humans to get closer, but it would probably just go back to looking for a larger bird to prey on. Close to licking. Yes, everyone will claim the body when a feeding frenzy is successful. Candid Postal. If there is not a large enough herd to sustain both of them, the prur will kill the other prur if it's not able to tolerate one. So if they have, pretty much if they have beef over herbivores, I guess. So as long as there is enough to sustain each other, they will not care. Do you have any other questions? God, my voice is breaking. No, just been seeing a lot of prurs with each other in the past. They are allowed to as long as there's enough food. Cause they're going basket day, because in night, because it doesn't make sense. So it does actually make sense. Peru is adapted for aquatic lifestyle, and it doesn't really need to bask. It is a reptile, but it's perfectly acclimated to cold temperatures. You can bask at day, though. I would say actually do it at night. It's more secluded. But when you do bask, go over to the swamp if you're in fields, and go over to the swamp if you're in savannah. It's the safest area to have nothing see you. Nominates. If I'm shot at by humans near the water, am I allowed to charge them out of the water? If you don't think that they'll come near the water and you're trying to deal with them, if they're not that close, if they're close enough to the water, which is 1 to 2 of your own body length, you can charge them. Any further, you will not. It will just swim away. OMGS. Would a prairie go out of its way to wreck humans, risking to show itself to large herbs? No. It would actually start with the large herbs and then work its way down. Killing paras and stegos, and then... If a helicopter was flying above the river, can you... Yeah, you can stick your neck out and bite it. I'll come back and answer that first question in a minute. Kapros, do you have any questions? Stand up if you do. I want to make sure everybody's going to ask. Alright, Jackson underscore fam 2. Like crocodiles in real life, can a Kapro have its head out of the water, kind of like underwater basking? Yes, you can actually. If you float on the top of the surface, you can stick your head out of the water. And it will only stick your head out. It's per nickname Poo Poo. Alright, what's your question? If a styver-sized body or bigger falls into the water that the Kapro did in feeding frenzy, will they share or claim the body? I believe you can share it. If you get in trouble, say I said that you can share it. As it is you. XX Razor Extreme. To go to the desert river, do you have to cross a part of tyrant to... No. Oh, wait. Oh, that area? Yes, you can. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a different spot. Yes, you can cross a part of Tyrant to get to the ocean. I'm 3 mean Kansas town. Say if a Peru is in Fields River, it's basically as big as the river. How will you get past it? I would go on land and just walk around it. Perfect enemy. Would a Kapro decide to choose a human over something like a seal? Yes, it will. Depending on your hunger, actually. If the human is nearby and you're hungrier, you'll go for that. Fungus. What's this dude doing? Earth Destroyer. If there's a body like 20 Kapro lengths from the water, can we run to it and eat it? No. Alright, Indoraptor dude. How many warnings will a Peru give to an Alberto that is trying to take a bite of your food that didn't fall into the water? 1 or 2 hisses, then a bite. If it still refuses to move, I would just kill it right there. Though, honestly, you could kill it if it doesn't respond to your hisses. Unless it shows signs of it wanting to escape. Second question, what? It's in the phrase. How many warnings will a Peru... Oh, wait. Can a Peru have a favorite food? Peru doesn't care. You can, if you want, I guess you can target... Nah, don't. Just go for whatever. You wouldn't really have a favorite. Untold. Oh my gosh, you guys have fun. Okay. In captivity, would a Peru eventually stop showing up if they shot it every time it got close, or is it simple lizard bird and keep doing it? You can eventually learn it. Perus are crocodilians, and crocodilians are fairly intelligent, and Peru's intelligence is not specified. That being said, you're not going to learn it as fast as a Nova would, or anything with a good memory. Candid Postal. What is the most optimal time for Peru to sleep and where? In the swamp, under some dense foliage. Optimal time is night. Nominates. Can a Peru walk the travel to get to the other side if both gates are open? Like, will they cross distance around that to get to places that are blocked off? Yes. Now, I'm done answering questions. How much time do we have left? We have 8 minutes left. There is nothing left I have to really say. Peru and Kapro are fairly simple assets, but I wanted to clear this up. Do not go onto land to charge things from far away. I hope the questions help you guys. And in about 3 minutes, we can do the fun thing. I will give you all XP in just a minute. I do have to note down everyone who attended, and I am surprised by the sheer numbers that you guys have arrived in. That being said, I'm going to have to take 2 pictures. Okay. Hold on, give me a moment. It's gonna take a minute. That's a lot. Okay. You guys just barely fit into my full screen. I will log this. So yeah. Yeah, you can have it. You can have
I would like to say a thank you to all of you for behaving. Generally, this is one of the few times that actually players behave in a training, so thank you for that.
You've all been doing extremely well, and I am so happy that people are showing proper attendance to my training. Showing, first off, attendance, which I've always gotten, but to this level, I did not expect for a Peru training, or a Peru and Kapro training, so thank you for that. Second of all, you all in my past trainings have been super, super, super great. No one has been bad, and I genuinely appreciate it, and it does not go unnoticed. If you guys weren't, I wouldn't be allowing you guys to do fun stuff at the end of my trainings. For example, having you fight something big, or just coming up with something like that. Or taking this photo. I would not allow that, but because of how great everyone is being, I am going to. I will give you all, I'll give you all some good some alright XP. XP gain was on during this though, so you were still getting XP. Let me see. So let me check. Did I already give you? Okay, no I didn't. So you are free to leave right now. If you don't, if you want to stick around for the photo, you can. Me and Nointas are going to go galleys and start teleporting you guys. Actually, we're going to go Spinos. Oh, he can't go Spino. I'll go Spino. And start teleporting you guys one by one into the water. What I want you to do is go anything big enough, like Suko. And what I want you guys to do is go into the main area of water in swamp and just create like a flat like surface all across it. Like completely clog it up. Make it where I cannot see the water in that pond. I'll start teleporting you all now. This is going to look so goofy.
Careful, Nora. We help you with TPs.
Okay, so what I want you to do is do not sit straight up, just sit flat. And sit flat across the water. Completely cover it. Oh, this looks... Alright. Hold on, I'm gonna take like 3 images. I'll see which one I like the best. Pick one with me in it.
Don't look straight up. That's goofy.
Hold on, I'm gonna get an image from over here. Alright, I want you all to just like start running on top of me. Hold on, I'm gonna slow walk for the Kapros so I don't trample you. And just surround me.
I fall under the map?
Alright. You'll see the image shortly when I make it and edit it.